So I'm Sher Downing. I'm CEO and founder of Downing EdTech Consulting. And we're a company that works with the EdTech industry. So we design and develop online products. We also work with influencers to help them put their information out. We provide professional coaching for people in the EdTech industry. And we work with affiliate partners. So vendors, we serve as relationship managers, helping them to work with different companies and organizations that might want to use their products, or also organizations that maybe are struggling to find the right products.
Excellent. Thank you. So first question is, where has fear limited your opportunities?
I would say as I've gotten older, fear has diminished greatly. But I think in the beginning of my career, where fear probably did that was in the sense of knowing if it was the right decision, and not what the right decision for me, but is it the right decision based on what society has for expectations? I'm 56 years old. And so I grew up in a time where the world was just starting to take off in terms of women being in business and women being influencers. But there was still that little voice in the corner that would say, well, you should take this next role. You should be going back to school. You should. And so that fear of what if I don't do that and it doesn't turn out, and then it's, I was dumb and didn't listen to this. Really what was probably a bigger influencer on me at that point in life. As soon as I started to decide listening to the voice inside me instead of everyone else around me, that fear started to diminish, and over years has gotten much, much smaller.
That's terrific. So what is the greatest contributor to your success?
Oh, that has to be the people around me that I have built as my community. So early in my career, I attended a Stephen Covey workshop, and he actually was there on site talking, and he talked about surrounding yourself with good people, people that uplifted you, people that supported you, but people that challenged you, people who didn't tell you yes or no, but made you think about the choices you were making and the things that you were looking at. And so I have spent a lifetime of surrounding myself with the very best people that fit, who understand and respect what I do, understand and respect who I am, and want to be supportive to me. And that was probably the single most best decision I've ever made in my life, because I still have that group with me, many, many years later. And that is supportive both from outside of family as well as inside of family.
Yeah, and that makes sense, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And that's what really turns the wheels. So I get that. So my third question is this: what would have to happen in the workplace or in the world for you to feel like you've left a lasting legacy?
So for me, it has always been about supporting the people that work for me. And over the years, I've had multiples of teams and different organizations, people who are individuals young in their career, people who are middle management, have families, people who are advanced in their career, and have been at a point in time where I was younger than they were, and yet I was their boss. And so I've always believed that, if you really support people and you help them launch in the direction they want to go, that's your legacy. And I can honestly say, I have people who I mentored or worked with 30 plus years ago who still keep in touch with me, who send me a Christmas card, who let me know when, now when their child does something spectacular. I've had employees who have gone on to have great careers and who send me thank you gifts because they got a promotion or they took on a new role. For me, that's the legacy of the people that I've helped and who feel like they can always come back to me, even if they need just to talk and need, some advice, a sounding board. But the legacy of it is keeping people moving forward in what they want to do and being that, just that steadfast person for them. I'm very proud of the people that I've supported over the years, and I'm excited for them. And, at the end of the day, that's the best thing you can ask for.
There's nothing better, and you can certainly go to your deathbed if you like, knowing that you made a difference, which is really the key here. Number 4 question for you is, what's your vision for yourself and your career in the next 3 years?
Mm. So my company is 3 years old now. And so, 3 years from now, I would love for it to be at a point where we're really doing innovative and new things. We're being looked at as a leader in the sense of really embracing whatever's next on the horizon for all of us. Personally, I want it to be where I'm working on projects that are really just, enticing to me, but also spending more time with my family and being able to go off and, travel and do the things that I want to do. But most importantly, I want to be really starting to set the pattern of who comes next. If it's not my company, if it's not other companies, but what is the next big trajectory, and how do I contribute to that so that as I leave the industry, it continues going forward.
That's great. And my last question is, what's your fearless factor?
Mm. My fearless factor is listening to the little voice inside my head, because the voice in my head attaches to the voice in my heart. And as long as they're in agreement, that's the route I need to go. And when they're in disagreement, that's the time to pause and reflect. So I can take on anything when those two voices come together and say, yes, this is exactly what you should be doing. So, I'm a risk taker by nature. And that is only increased as I've gotten older. I think it comes with age and wisdom, as they call it.
Yeah.
But I also think it comes in problem solving. And the more that you educate yourself, whether that's traditional education or learning on your own or going through situational opportunities and reflecting back on them, I think the more knowledge that knowledge is so powerful. You can make better decisions, and better decisions allow you to take more risks. And so for me, at the end of the day, if I can look in the mirror and say, I'm happy with what I've done, I'm happy with the choices I've made, I'm the only person I really have to answer to on a personal level. And I'm the only person I have to answer to as a boss, because I'm my own boss. So that's the piece that, makes fear go away and makes me move forward.
And I love this idea of, your head and your heart being aligned, because and listening to that inner voice. And I think for
Mhm.
women specifically, there tends to be too much second guessing that goes
Mhm.
on, and the disconnect between the head and the heart. That when we really are listening to that inner voice, that heart voice that is speaking the truth to us, that is where we make the good decisions. That's where we're willing to take more risks. And too many stop at the gate when it comes to, oh, can I do that? And what I hear from you is, I never have that conversation. It's not
Mm-mm.
a case of can I do that? It's like, why can't I do that? And then you kind of go on from there. So I love the journey that you've taken over the years. I love that you're mentoring some amazing people, and this is what we all want to be doing. This is why we're doing this video series in the first place, is to encourage and allow other women to really see that we can step it up and we can make a difference. So Cher, I want to thank
Absolutely.
you for being here with me today and sharing your story. And I look forward to sharing it with the world. So thank you.